Hey you guys, it's Ayreana and today I'm creating with Creative Masterminds. I was like the outside kid. I think, everybody in the neighborhood came together. I had growing up with two brothers, so I used to just always try to be with them. So yeah, I think just the tomboy on the block, like that was me for real.
So do you have a lot of scars on your legs and different?
Yes, and I
Yeah.
played soccer, so I literally have a torn ACL scar.
Oh.
Yes, I have. It's a lot. I was falling out of trees. We used to have this little ramp. I used to go on the ramp on the bike. Like I was outside.
It was out there.
I was outside.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have four.
Four siblings. All
Yes.
boys, all brothers?
So I have an older brother. I'm the second oldest, and then a younger brother, two younger brothers, and a younger sister. So yeah, I think college was like the factor where they literally kicked us out of our dorms and they're like, y'all got to figure it out. And I dropped out. I was going to study a trauma surgeon. So yeah, I think that was where I really found myself, just knowing like what I was here to do for real and found what I love to do rather than taking care of everybody else. Yeah.
So did you want to be a trauma surgeon so you can help other people? Like you weren't thinking about yourself at all when you thought about that career?
Yes. Come on. I think I was more fascinated with just the processes and like how you can save somebody with certain things, how the body works. It probably was a part of, helping other people, but I think I really just like the like fast pace and like the consistent, like you don't know what's to come. I guess the fight or flight, I kind of like that. But I think that's another thing that I kind of had to step down or kind of get away from because being in constant fight or flight, that's not healthy. And then for your mental. So yeah, I think it was a mixture of both of those for real. I would say from like 15 to 19. So not a long time, but in the prime of youth. Like when you're becoming who you are, starting to understand the adult things and that type of time. I think that's where it really was like, I was going through it.
So in that 4-year span or that time period, what's like one of the biggest lessons you learned for yourself?
Ooh. I think knowing my worth. Like I said, growing up in a household where I didn't have like a strong male figure. I just had my mom in the home, but she had her partners and things. So I think really it showed me how to be strong as a woman, but also never stay in something that you're fully not being valued or appreciated. I think that was a big thing for me in those years. Seeing that within my mom and like seeing such a strong woman, but never be able to like fulfill in her potential, kind of just be a mom, but not even kind of be a mom. I think it was just like just handling responsibilities. Not to diss my mom, because shout out to my girl. Like
Yeah.
she had my brother at 15, she was a young mom, so I would never take that from her. But I think being young, you don't really know everything. And being a girl with her own female problems, it's like, it's gonna trickle down. So yeah, I think it was really just learning to be appreciated. My grandma used to always like, never let nobody play with your time. You are an amazing woman. So I think that really stuck with me. And just like, I think at 19, I finally understood like the emotional and mental capacities and like certain triggers that I had and like traumas and stuff like that. Yes,
How so?
100%. I actually, and it's so beautiful coming into age and like understanding your traumas and things that you've been through or things that you never had. So not having a father figure, it definitely played a big role when it came to relationships. But I think also just as a woman, having a male figure that has always like supported and showed you how to be treated and talked to in certain things, or just even dealing with certain things that you don't have to deal with. So it definitely affected me in that way of just giving multiple chances, again, like letting people kind of take advantage of me, not in that sense, but like mentally, emotionally, having them the power over me to where I'm going crazy because they won't do this or certain things like that. So yeah, definitely a little effect.
Okay. So do you think that correlates into your work now as being a model?
I think I've grown a lot, and I've there was at a point where I was really just confused, you know, as just being the kid in me. Like, you never understand why you don't have a parent, even though you know it's not your fault. But I think with modeling, yeah, I guess they kind of put me in the light, like, again, just to not let people take advantage or kind of play with you, like, mentally. I think that's a really big thing. I'm gonna say that a lot, like emotional and mental. That's like the main things that I really try to harp on and grow in. So I would say a little bit. I think more so when it comes to like relationships and like self-love and more that aspect. I think it's all about how you carry yourself. Like, I've been doing this now for 6 years, and it's a huge change from obviously from my first 2 years till now. I think people really respect when you respect yourself and you don't kind of flow with everybody else. You know, you have certain boundaries and certain things that you stand on. And I think presence, like, people gonna feel you. So if you come into set and they already like, oh yeah, let's make sure we got this on set. She's comfortable, everything's in a flow. So yeah, I think it's that. I think a part of it too, unfortunately, in today's world, you know, we do live in a society that's focused a lot on social media. So I think that has some backing to it, to, if I'm being blunt. But I feel like all my years from everybody that I've met and interacted with, they've always like, nah, you, like, when you come to say, we gonna come correct. So I feel like it's really just how you represent yourself and how you show people like you're not the one to play with. Respectfully though.
Yeah. So, like you said, those first 2 years, it was different from now.
Yeah.
Were you not confident in yourself at that time?
I would say yeah. I don't think not not super not confident, but more so just like, you know, I didn't have the experience. So I think when it came to coming on set and it's 30 people with my second year, I'm like, okay, whew, let me lock in. I know I can do it, but it's still those nerves. And even to like still to this day, I still get nervous sometimes. But the first 2 years, it was really just my main focuses was bettering my craft so that when I did come to set, people knew too, like, she knows what she's gonna do. She's here to execute. So that was another thing. It was really in the beginning years though, I had to get my name out here. So it started with, doing shoots that I kind of didn't want to do, or I was in a couple little music videos and I found out real soon that was not my vibe. That was not my vibe. So yeah.
Okay.
I would say probably like year 4. I did my first like very editorial shoot, and I was like, I just loved how it pushed me in my posing, my expressions, even the styling and makeup. I'm more of a natural girly, so when it came to doing a whole transferred look, it was like, oh, okay, I really love that I can be somebody else, but it's still me. So I would say year 4, I really started tapping into like more high fashion and editorial, and I just love the process, the creative process, bringing a idea together, and the execution. It's always like self-fulfilling. I think it's very important, especially as a model. It's very strict. Like, if you don't, people in this industry know what they want. So if that's not it, they're not gonna go for it. So I think knowing your strongest suit is a very good backing as a model, because that lets you know when it comes to certain jobs and certain things, like, you can fully execute, or you may not be as comfortable but can still give it. So I think it's very important knowing your strong suit. But also, I always just harp on being versatile. I think as a model, we were talking earlier, like with my specific look, when you just looking at me, I think it's very like, the looks not bare minimum. Nah, this we're gonna eat, but you know, I have the what's that called?
Like generic look, like
yeah, like the
the
main
base.
curly hair
Yeah.
type of look. So I think when I can push that boundary and really like, oh no, I can do this and that and the third, it kind of. So that's why I really love editorial though, because there's so many ways to be do editorial. Definitely, definitely, because ooh, when I first came down here modeling, I was just chasing a dream, you know. So I literally had my little $2,000 refund from school, and I was like, I'm moving to Atlanta. So I just took that, and I think mentally, I was in a place of trying to escape the negative in life. I think I was around a lot of people that weren't in a good light too. So, you know, when you're around that, you kind of morph into that. And mentally, I think as a model, you have to be strong. You have to train yourself to love yourself. You have to train yourself to not be offended from the blunt of this industry. You know, it's a lot of competition in the sense if you see it like that. I know it's competition, but I'm always in my own lane. So yeah, it's very important. I think mental is so important as a model because, you know, this is based on your looks in a sense. So I think having that strong mind and understanding of what you're doing is very important. It's so important. And like, I'll sit here to this day, you know, I still have moments too where I'm like, damn, I've been doing this 6 years and what's going on? What's going on? But comparison is the root of evil. Like, if you're so focused on everybody else and how you're affected or in that, it can get distracting and you're going to go down the wrong path just because you're so focused on everybody else but yourself. And in this industry, especially, that is very common to feel like you have to compare yourself to everybody. So I just think when you know nobody can do it how you can, regardless if you feel like they're cuter than you, taller than you, skinnier than you, whatever. Like you can do it any way you want if you just believe in yourself. Like, and you can get as far as you can, and even the people that you're admiring can pass them just by solely focusing on you. I think that's so important. I'm still definitely, I feel like I'm at like 85%. I think it definitely took me some years though, because first you have to understand why you even react or feel or think a certain way about something. So then it's like, once you understand that, then it's like, how can I in the moment catch it to then grow from that? So, what was the question again? Cause you just said like,
Oh, I'm sorry. How did you not stay entrapped in your
stay
traumas?
trapped. Okay. So I think, because it's hard, because there was points where I did feel trapped and I did feel like I wasn't growing and I did feel like this is just who I am. But I think when you really understand your traumas, it kind of gets you out of that because you have now an outlet of understanding to where you can put practices to it. I think so. It's hard though. It's hard. It's so hard. But that's life though too. I think finding yourself and healing and growing is going to be for your whole life. So I just think once you understand your traumas and what can like trigger it or certain things that affect it, that's how you'll be able to get out of that hole once you learn the opposite of doing the negative of that. If that makes sense.
It does.
I would say one, you're not alone. There's so much people that struggle every day, including me. Um, but I think you have to trust yourself too. I think it's important to trust yourself because it's such a rough, deep thing in a human to where you have to trust yourself. So I think understanding that it's hard, but know that you can get through it if you fully get to the root of the traumas. I think that's a big thing because I was doing very surface level, and then one day somebody just said something to me. I said, oh. I said, you know my soul, like, you know my trauma. So I think really getting to the bottom of it and like really understanding. And I will say too, how you was raised is a big thing. Like if you look at your parents and understand them, I think that helped me in my understanding as well of certain like traumas that I had. How do I want to put this? I just feel like when you're, because I was 16. That's like when I really met my dad, like for the first time. And that time was where I fully like vented out and everything and let him just really know all the spill of everything. And from that conversation, it just kind of blew up. So I think I kind of held just that, even being young, because I was still, I'm 16. I wasn't healed. I was still emotional, still all of this stuff. But so now being almost 25, I think it's more just like for my own emotional safety, because I think leaving open space for something that's never going to come is kind of more hurtful than just understanding what it is. If that makes sense. Like, I think, like I said, I'm grateful that I have a cordial bond with my dad, but I'd rather have that than always expecting more and never getting it, or always expecting for him to show up how I want him to show up, and because it's not going to happen. So I think for my own sake and my mental and my heart, I think it's best to understand and forgive and, like I said, move forward in the sense like I would never be like, no, I'm never speaking, I'm never talking to him, because that's anger and grudge still. So I just think, yeah, I just had to set that boundary. Like, this is my dad. I can't expect him to be a dad because I've gave him chances and it's still not hidden. So, and every time that chance was given, it was let down. So I just had to kind of set that boundary for myself. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Like, stuff takes time, but when you have this passion that's forever burning and in your heart, you have these ideas, you just got to keep going. Just trust that process, give your all, keep working on yourself. Like, it's bound to happen. That's what I'll be telling myself. Like, you can't continue to do something, get better and better, better, and nothing will never change. So I think stay with that hunger and keep it. Like, just keep going. Ooh. Oh, this is crazy because it's like I'm seeing my younger self starting into modeling. Um, I think one, understanding the industry before you just hop in there, because again, this industry you can get taken advantage of very quick, and people will spot out the innocence of you starting. So I think that's a big thing. I think having a very genuine but shining aura and like presence on set is very important. And I think really mastering the craft. Like, it's so much more than just taking pictures, y'all. Like, I thought it was a cute, oh, I'm cute, I can just post up, period. It's gonna be cute, but after the 6 years of working and really being in so many different sets and different experiences, like, I've learned that you really have to know how to shoot. Like, you have to know how to see yourself without seeing yourself. You have to know if this way is better or is this way better. When it comes to posing, like, that's super important. I think too, expressions. I have mirrors all around my crib. Like, that's conceited, but I don't even care no more. I say it all the time because that has helped me so much. Like, every time I walk past a mirror or something, I'm in there like, boom, I'm gonna hit the little 1-2, because that literally has helped me see myself in every angle that has helped me grow on set. So really just mastering your craft and understanding this industry, because it's very important. Very. So I do this because I really want to push the boundaries on the common look and really pursue something passionately that I love to do every day. I think that's the biggest things in life. And being able to be happy with what you do is such a blessing that we take for granted. So yeah, I think those two things, and just showing people that like you can't box me in. I think that's why I do this.
So go ahead and sign off for me and tell us your social media and where we can find you.
All righty, well, I enjoyed talking with y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Ayreana again. You can find me on Instagram, ayr.eana. And yeah, so thank you guys so much.